U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says Somali forces have made significant progress in the fight against Al-Shabaab, retaking more territory in the last year than in previous 5 years. Austin was speaking during a press conference in Nairobi with his Kenyan counterpart. His comment comes after meetings with Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamed in Djibouti. Now joining me on the news to discuss this is Mohamed. Gabobe is a Somali-American journalist based in Mogadishu, Somalia. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, let's get straight to it. What has fueled the Al-Shabaab insurgency so far, and why has it taken so long and been so difficult to end?
Well, the Al-Shabaab insurgency currently plaguing Somalia is rooted in foreign intervention. The current conflict in Somalia is intertwined with the past. Al-Shabaab's rise to power is a result of a US-backed Ethiopian invasion that took place in late 2006. In the years that followed, foreign intervention in Somalia has only increased and expanded, which in reality has been feeding the insurgency, which is why it continues to this day.
Now, in your recent write-up, you actually acknowledged the Somali government's success in fighting an insurgency and winning public support. Is this enough to prevent Al-Shabaab from seizing control without international backing?
The Somali government has made gains on the battlefield over the past year against Al-Shabaab, but over the past several weeks, the government has faced numerous setbacks. This includes suffering heavy casualties on the battlefield and even losing a number of towns to insurgents. So the situation in Somalia is very fluid at the moment.
Now, let's talk about, government's tactics, of course, which gives local community fighters the lead role in the fight against Al-Shabaab, with federal government forces playing a supportive role. How would you say this particular move or tactic has been effective?
Well, what the Somali government began last year, they tried to mimic what took place in Iraq about a decade ago, which was the Sunni uprising when local Sunni tribes in Iraq took up arms against Al-Qaeda. So what the Somali government is doing this time around is they're propping up local clan militias in different parts of mainly central Somalia in a bid to push back against the insurgents. From one perspective, it looks good because they're empowering local communities, but at the same time, you have to bear in mind that these are tribal militias, meaning they don't fall under any particular command structure. They're very loose. They're not synchronized, and at the same time, these are tribal militias, and the government doesn't have full control over them. And then it's also leading to backlash in certain parts of the country when the government props up a particular clan from this region. The neighboring clan might look at it as the government is propping up their ally, and as a result, the government is not winning hearts and minds when it comes to all communities, but instead are winning hearts and minds of particular communities. And if the government wants to deal with Al-Shabaab, you need to go at it in a unison fashion where you have all Somalis on board with your plans, which isn't the case as of right now.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Mohamed.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.